Who will control Holyrood? As you know, next year we've got the Holyrood elections coming up, and the most recent polling that's come from Nordstat polls makes for quite interesting reading, to be honest with you. Now, it puts the SNP back at the top, but down 6 to 58 MSPs. It puts Labour down 4 to 18 MSPs, the Tories down 14 to 17 MSPs, with Reform UK capitalising on winning 13 MSPs, with the Lib Dems going up to 13, the Greens actually going up at the moment to 10. So whatever happens, there's going to have to be a deal with the SNP and somebody else to try and prop up the administration. Now, Labour are dropping, in my opinion, because Sarwar's already come out and said he'd do a deal with the SNP. Cole Hamilton said he'd do a deal with the SNP. Sarwar came out and said he'd do a deal with Reform. And Fergus Ewing from the SNP came out and said that he'd like to see a grand coalition just to rid Holyrood of the Green Party. I know people don't like to hear it, but I fully expect the SNP to be the biggest party in Holyrood once again. You've got to think politically. You can't just think ideologically all the time. I'd love them to be wiped out, but I'm afraid it's not going to happen. But that means now the other parties getting together, being grown up enough to actually try and boot the SNP out. Do a deal together rather than doing a deal with the SNP. Make sure they're a minority administration when they come in. But I'm afraid if the Greens do manage to get 8 or 10 seats, that's going to be enough to prop the SNP up. And make no mistake, the Greens are desperate to be relevant, and they would do another deal with the SNP if it came to it. And once again, that is the worst of all worlds for the people of Scotland.